Hey everybody, Brandon Goji here. I'm alive, still alive. Thank God. Thank our Creator. Lord Jesus, seriously. So, I was in a hospital for a month straight. Extremely sick. And when I first got in, they asked me if I was suicidal, and I said, yeah, a little bit. That's all I said. I said, a little bit. And they checked it, left a check mark. And I was suicidal because I was suffering so badly, and I still am, actually. I need to see a surgeon. But while I was in that hospital for a month, they were looking for an illness that they couldn't find, but they did find congestive heart failure. But they didn't know why my heart was failing. And they said, you know what, maybe it's just because you're not eating. But we have no idea why you're struggling to eat, whatever. So they put me in the psych ward right after. I was there for days, and the psychiatrist, or whatever, kept telling me I was depressed, and that's why I was tired and unable to walk. He said I was not physically ill, I was mentally ill. And he diagnosed me with psychosis and a whole bunch of psychosis, psychotic behavior, depression, bipolar. And the thing is, I only talked to that guy for 10 minutes the entire time that I was in that building. 10 minutes. And for some reason, this guy was able to diagnose me with these things. And so my doctor that was there, he knew I was sick. He knew. I begged him. I said, you gotta say something to this psych guy. I'm gonna die in this hospital if you don't tell him that it's okay for me to go home. Next day, I talked to the psychiatrist, or whatever the hell he is. A demon is more like it. And he said, I can't help you. He sounded like that. It was weird. He said, I can't help you. You are useless, or something. Ridiculous. And eventually I was discharged and I was able to go home. And I was walking home like this the entire time to the car. Then got home, started bawling my eyes out. Mom, I'm gonna die. Nobody knows what's wrong with me. And right now, this is as high as I can lift my head. This is the highest I've been able to in a very long time. Normally, it's like this. I have a torn or dislocated tendon that is pushing on an artery, the celiac artery. And every time I breathe in, it compresses the artery and I start coming close to blacking out, which is why my heart is affected. Which is why I have trouble talking. I was at U of M and the doctor agreed with me that there's also something else musculoskeletal going on and that I really need to address it. I was struggling for my life and I was put in a psych ward because of it. I had a dream maybe about a year ago that I was in the hospital, stuck, and that there were robots, artificial intelligent, soulless beings keeping me trapped in a hospital. And strange enough, a year later, it happened. Strange how the world works. Strange how God works. I'm struggling for my life. I think I can get through it as long as I keep fighting. But just remember, if somebody thinks you're crazy because you're sick and they can't figure it out, ignore them. Stick to your honor, stick to your diagnosis. If you know you're sick, do not let go of that. Keep fighting, as I am. Alright, there's my story about the psych ward. I hope I explained it okay. I can't stop shaking. This is my nervous system. I'm really stressed out. My adrenals are under a lot of stress. But I'll get through it. Anyway, I love you guys.